Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. July 26th, we're in the final week of the month, and then we'll have August. Today we're going to talk about brief little video, talk about the market, GME, crypto a little bit. There is some new DD, maybe I'll mention some of it, but not going to go too crazy because it's quite a bit speculative still. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us on at HappyMoneyYT, as well as Discord. You're welcome to join. There's the Twitter. SPY today, yeah, all-time highs again. Yippee! That's what we're seeing. I was actually looking for a post I shared, just talking about Jerome Powell, since he's been in his position. SPY, like the percentage of times that SPY has had more than 3 days red is like way less than the previous person in his role. So yeah, this is basically all Jerome Powell. So anytime SPY goes down like a day or two, it's like, okay, that's enough. This is like been the 100% just buy the dip year. Like, just no correction necessary. Anytime it dips down, everybody just buy it and pump it and pump it and pump it. And this is happening again. This same little sequence that we've seen here, we've seen here, we've seen here, we've seen here. We've been seeing it really this whole year, actually. Look, whole year. And it's been fine. Like, that's how a market works, but it's when it gets just so overbought that it shouldn't keep getting like dip bought and ran up. SPY's pumping up 100%. On the weekly, yeah, it's just way out of whack. Look at it up here. Doesn't belong up there. Look at it on the monthly. Does that look natural or healthy? SPY looks like it's getting short squeezed. Yeah. So anyways, SPY's all-time highs again. Again, you can make a lot of money on the SPY, just irrational behavior. You know, this big dip, it's very easy. Buy SPY calls dated 2-3 days out. I've seen a lot of posts of guys making 15-20 grand, you know, hundreds of percentages just on SPY calls. And I've been losing because I've been going the wrong way. I mean, we've made some on some of these dips. We made some, but the overall trend it's still bullish. It still is, even on the daily. We've had RSI divergences, and it's corrected maybe 1 or 2 days, and then it's kept going. You know, we've got green over the 9 moving here, way over the 9, way higher than it naturally should be. We've got a MACD crossover. That's bullish. This could be blow off the top, though. I don't know. It's coming at some point, but this has been going on for a year. Again, we have this RSI divergence that keeps happening. This is a lower RSI, higher strike than this RSI was back here. This was a higher RSI with a lower strike. So there's a divergence there. This one's coming down. This one's going up. So yeah, we'll see. Bitcoin also might be pumping and dumping one last time. It still hasn't broken out, so people are all hyped, but I'm like, unless if it passes this resistance, this is just it trading in this range. It's just been stuck and pinned in this range. It's looking very bearish up until here, and now it has momentum and it's bullish. However, it's showing weakness up at this resistance, so it looks like it'll probably just stay in this range until it continues to or once it decides the direction, whether it's up or down. Right now the direction's up, but again, if it doesn't break this and it just stays flat, then it's going to come back down to test supports. And as you see, these bottoms are, I guess there's 3 bottoms, so they're pretty consistent. So it was probably bound to happen that we're going to come up and test this. I think some of the news, there's news that Amazon might be potentially accepting Bitcoin, and that would be super bullish for it for sure. As far as that relates to the GME squeeze, I don't know if it's a huge deal. They're probably using Bitcoin to raise capital or whatever, but I don't think we need Bitcoin to dump for GME to squeeze. A lot of different factors at play, so it is interesting to see though how that's working out. Same with SPY. I mean, I don't think we need it to dump for this to happen for GME. And I think if GME does squeeze, I think this will. I think SPY definitely will correct, and lots of long positions will be closed, causing a sell-off. But I don't think that that has to happen for GME to happen either. So yeah, here we are. The way this is looking, so we are bullish now. We did cross over bullish. We've got a nice floor here. Our MACD did cross over on the daily. Here we've got green histogram. Today closed. We've got a nice green candle over the 9 moving. All is cherry. And it is possible though, just because this happened doesn't mean it's just going to rip. Now it's going to kind of consolidate. And we don't know how long. If I was just looking at the charts, I would go long at this point though. It's gives me all the indicators saying to go long. However, today was pretty weak for being all the bullish indicators being there. But that's kind of irrelevant. It might consolidate a little longer before it runs. And it could even repeat this back here where we have kind of this extra week of consolidating where it also crosses back bearish on the MACD. As long as it doesn't break that support. See, like back here, it went bullish here just for a couple days, and then it actually went back bearish. But what we didn't do is we didn't break that support. We retested it kind of up here, 137, and then it turned back around. Then MACD flipped back bullish again. So we could have this again, which would put us into next week. My thesis on Friday was that since this is the last week in the month, that's always been when GME has had these sneezes, was the last week in the month. So I still think that's in play, because if you see, let's see. So this is 25th. So this would be the last week, right? Oh, where is it? That's one. Oh yeah, because that's 20. Oh, it ended on the 28th. So that's that. So this one. So if you see here, if you're just looking here, this was the Monday of the last week. So this was a little bit more of a bullish setup. We'd been bullish on the MACD, had a few days over the 9 moving. RSI was ticking up. This was looking better at this point. However, doesn't necessarily have to be that way. But this was a small day. This was like today almost. Even low volume. And this was the Monday of the last week of the month, which we are at today. And then that's what we had the last week and then the next week. So that could be us. And as you see, that was low volume. Nothing like today's volume, which you want to look at, which is insane. And then if we even look at back here, this was 23, 24, 22. Where is it? Okay, here. So right here, this was the Monday. Look, and that wasn't even bullish at that point. This was still very bearish. Red under the 9 moving. MACD was bearish. This was quite a time. I reference back to this a lot because this is crazy. But yeah, everything was still bearish. And then let's see, what day was it? It was this day. Yeah, this was the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that was the week right there. Just 3 days. Just the last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it carried on. Next week kind of consolidated a bit, and then it went again, which was a little bit different than what we've seen that time specifically. But so if we are in this, then we're going to look at probably another week or so if it does continue this. I kind of was thinking we were right here before, and I'm hoping that's still the case. If it doesn't show a lot of strength the next few days, then yeah, it looks like we're just consolidating, maybe even cross back over bearish on the MACD. Hard to know. But if we do, it's not going to concern me as long as we stay above this 158. You know, maybe we'll come down to the 161. Maybe that'll happen. Even if the MACD is bearish, but we can hold up above this 9 moving average with a bullish MACD, then I think we will rip shortly. Yeah, so I got margin called last week from all the credit spreads I rolled over, so that kind of sucks. I think best position for me to do is just probably buy a put, I think, because that's kind of what was holding me up last week. And so once that put expired, I think that's when I got a margin call for that. So just to give you guys a little insight into how that works, basically they said margin call. We're gonna look at it on, I think they said the 30th. Can't quite remember what it said, but basically I have to either liquidate or add funds to the account by the 30th, or they will, I think, do it for me. So if some of my positions start going the right way, then that will also be adequate, I believe. So we'll see what happens with that. My plays on SPY, of course, didn't work out today because SPY decided to hit another all-time high. Congratulations, SPY. And then I wanted to show you guys some of the stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like some of the bullish stuff for this week. This guy posted kind of the same stuff I was saying. Kind of put it into a write-up here. This is from Andrew. Federal Reserve kicks off latest 2 meetings. The FOMC, I think, 2-day meeting on Tuesday. Monetary policy decision and press conference with Powell set to take place Wednesday. Debt ceiling. I mean, that's huge. If the debt ceiling doesn't get raised, all bets are off. It's going to get wild for sure. I'm predicting it's going to get raised, but yeah, if it doesn't, I don't know. Good luck. Not to say squeeze not happening. That definitely could be a catalyst for it, but I'm not sure what all will come after that. Market volatility, yeah, earnings this week, so that will cause definitely volatility and could potentially cause a sell-off in the overall market. SPY is definitely looking like it's blowing off the top here a little bit, but again, on the RSI on the daily, it's not overbought really. But this is, wow, look at the volume on the SPY. So that's not confirming this move. This very, very low volume. That basically means this move is not really, it's not confirmed. I guess it doesn't hold much weight. See this volume here, solid bounce, buyers, but then it just tapering off. Again, all these indicators are showing to short the SPY, but it's been a losing battle until it wins. But whew, yeah. Which one was it? This means it. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. The new guy at the SEC, new prosecutor guy, higher max pain. So max pain did go up to 190 this week. So last week we closed at max pain of 180, and so potential close at 190 this week. I'm hoping we close higher than that, but it is good to keep in mind. If we have a rally and it starts to show kind of resistance or weakness up here at the 195, then I'd expect it to kind of come back down. And I'll probably be closing some options if we get some pretty good volatility on the upside. Just because my options are too far out of the money. At this point, I'm thinking for Friday, but maybe not next week. But I don't have anything for next week, and I want to get rid of that margin call. So, higher max pain 190. Yeah, MACD. Yeah, okay. The volume today is outrageous. 1.234. It's almost a joke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yesterday's was 1.3, which was the lowest we'd had, I think, in 3 years. So now this is the lowest we've had in 3 years. And one more thing on that. So like I said, there's a lot of different like DD coming up with the NSCC, the 010 and how that all works. And I'm not going to go too much into detail on that because I don't know when it's going to be activated. We don't know how it's actually going to work. Like, we know how it's supposed to work, but so far, lots of stuff is supposedly active, but we don't see anything from it. So we're just kind of waiting. But this was interesting, and this isn't confirmed, but this is the one speculative thing I wanted to share with you. And shout out, let's see, who was it? Yeah, Leche Loco shared this in ours. I reshared it on I think GME. I don't know if Super Stunk I can, but this guy. Basically, I've just been told by a broker that the DC has put chill on GameStop. Like, what the heck? Never heard of that stock, and that that is why my DRS transfer has been suspended and is now rescheduled for a later date. Bias confirmed that cash accounts don't protect because the shares initially came from computer share in DRS form. So he was transferring his shares to computer share, which is basically another way to hold your shares so that it's can't remember, but it basically confirms that then they're real shares, which some people are doing, which is maybe a good idea. I don't think it's going to be just from a few people making that choice, though, that's going to cause a squeeze. So I'm not going to do it at this point, but we'll see what happens with that. This isn't confirmed. I don't see, he doesn't have a transcript or anything like that. This is just kind of his word of mouth. But I looked up DRS, and yeah, this is just this computer share thing. And this was an edit. I believe the agent wasn't supposed to tell me that. I spoke to the SSG back office department, told me they weren't on the chill list. So supposedly he wasn't supposed to know that they're on the chill list. This is what the chill list is, which of course I didn't know about this, and I was just buying and selling stocks. Why would you know about DTC chills and freezes? The problems arise from a company or its securities on deposit. The depository trust company may impose a chill or freeze on all company securities. This just, to me, is like, that's like, I feel like what we're going through right now with this really low volume. I feel like it's setting up for a chill or a freeze. The freeze part seems really sketchy, and maybe I don't understand it. Freeze is discontinuation of all services at DTC. Freezes may last a few days or an extended period of time, depending on the reason for the freeze. If the reason for the freeze cannot be rectified, then the security will generally be removed from the DTC and securities transactions, and that security will no longer be eligible to be cleared at any registered clearing agency. So if you think back, Ryan Cohen on one of their filings was talking about pulling, is actually on the, let me see, it's one of the comments. It was a good comment. Talking about pulling their shares out of that depository, and maybe this is setting up for that. If this is all true, then they would be, and maybe it has to do with crypto dividend. I'm not sure, but let's see, where there was one down here. Freeze. Isn't this the second part of the quote? What GameStop reserved the right to do themselves in the prospectus to move the securities out of the DTC and move them to the depository of its choice, or something like that. Yeah, that's what I remember too. I thought that was a good comment. So maybe that's setting up for that. I don't know. Just one of the small little hype things that I've seen today to hype you guys up. Talk about our account real quick. We have 0 cash buying power, 0 margin buying power, 0 day trading power, day trading excess of 144,000. You know what any of that means? I congratulate you. I don't think I did anything today, because I don't have any money to do anything except for close positions. So a lot of stuff's gonna expire worthless. Our GME positions, of course, our 320 calls for this week, way out of the money, way down. GME's got to rally hard for me to get my money back on those. Our puts are up a little bit, but these I've rolled over multiple times, so yeah, kind of need these to expire worthless, or I'll probably just keep rolling. And we're at a floor now. This is when I should sell puts. So looking at the chart, this is when I'm like, okay, today actually would have been the day I would have sold puts. Given the premium's much lower now since it's been a very slow move. And that's part of the reason I got screwed on this credit spread. And I'm not really considered that when rolling over credit spreads, but if you open up a credit spread and it's very volatile, the premiums are high, so you're gonna get a lot for that credit spread. Then when you go to roll it over, if it didn't work in your favor, if it's been very flat and the volatility's come down, you're gonna get way less premium, so then you're really gonna get screwed on it, unless if the premiums stay high and the volatility stays high. So on this one, yeah, my strikes had to be crazy. I think I'd actually opened up like twice as many too. I don't know how I accidentally did that, but I think it automatically just put in way more just to cover to be able to roll it over, and I wasn't paying attention when I did it, or close enough. So anyways, if the volatility is high when you open it, that's great, but if you have to roll it, or if you do roll it and the volatility has gotten low, then your strikes aren't going to be as good, your date's not going to be as good, and that's why you can't kind of keep rolling these. So hopefully this one works out. It'd be big if we did it. It's 32k max profit. It's a 192.5, 197.5 put credit spread. Max loss on it. This thing's all messed up, and maybe that's because it's on a margin call right now. But I don't even know actually. I don't even know on that. So, anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. There were some runners today. We had like some of the shorted stocks were running today. We had Express going. Even AMC was rallying for a bit. Yeah, 8%. AMC just taking bigger swings now. It's still bearish. It's not breaking out new highs. MACD hasn't crossed over. RSI has ticked up, but looks like it's kind of finding a range in here. TCAT was up. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.